self-esteem. It's really interesting. It really is not a Christian word. And so what is the solution? What is the Christian solution? And so the Christian solution is interesting because it's humility. And humility isn't the same as, you could say, anxiety. And humility is also not the same as the kind of self-deprecation that leads someone to suicide, for example. Humility is not the same. Humility can never lead you to suicide. Why is that? Because the problem with a lot of the self-abasement or the kind of feeling of that people have of having a bad self-esteem is because they think they actually are great. That is, they think that they should be. They're disappointed in their faults, like they're disappointed in the way that they're broken, and they can't stand it. Like people can't stand to realize that they're not what they think they are, right? They're not the hero. They're not the super person. They're not, and therefore that leads to a disconnect between what they think they should be and what they truly are. And that is the self-esteem problem, right? That is the problem that can lead someone, that's the only problem. It's one of the problems that can lead someone through self-deprecation to a kind of mental illness or a type of suicidality that is very different from the type of humility that the fathers teach, that Christ teaches, that the Bible teaches. That type of humility is rather not owning anything, right? You don't have self-esteem. You try to focus your attention on that which is above you. You try to focus your attention on the place from which you've received the gifts that you have. And you are honoring of that, right? The idea that you abase yourself and say, this doesn't come from me. Whatever I have is given to me from heaven. Whatever quality I have, whatever ability I have is given to me from heaven. And hopefully, by God's grace, I can submit that to a higher good. And if you take up that position, your vision of yourself and your humility will be very different from the kind of self-hating teenager, because this form of self-hate, or this form of not wanting to attribute, of not being proud of my thing, it orders everything properly. And therefore you can see, when you do that, what qualities you have that are in service of something higher and can be in service of something higher. And you also see in that stance, you could say humble stance, what qualities or what characteristics you have which are leading you astray, which are leading you towards misery and leading others towards misery as well. And therefore Christian humility is a right position. It's a right positioning. And you actually have to stop thinking about yourself. If you really didn't care about yourself in the real way that humility teaches you to do, why would you kill yourself? Because do you care about yourself, or do you not care about yourself? Because if you care about yourself, but you're not what you think you should be, that's when you really want to commit suicide. But if you don't really care about yourself and your eyes are focused on God, then what happens usually is that, you find your right place, and you are thankful for the opportunities you have, for the skills you have, and you try to do the best you can with that which you have, knowing that you can't do it on your own, knowing that you don't own anything, knowing that you will fail, that you will make mistakes, and you're not proud of your mistakes. You're not proud of the things that you mess up, but it's going to happen. And every time it does, then you become humble again, and you ask for forgiveness, and you continue on. And that creates a completely different mindset, right? A completely different mindset from the self-esteem mindset, you could say. But it is difficult to embrace that. It's difficult to engage in that way of thinking.